Welcome back to the channel where history meets treasure. Today, we're diving into the pocket change of the past, the humble yet incredibly fascinating 1980 Australian 2-cent coin. But not just any version, we're talking about the rare, valuable, and mysterious one without a mint mark. You heard that right. So, buckle up and stay with me, because you're about to discover how a small bronze coin could be worth more than you ever imagined. The Australian 2-cent coin, introduced in 1966, was once just another everyday currency piece. It featured the iconic image of the frilled neck lizard on one side and Queen Elizabeth II on the other. For many years, it circulated quietly in people's change, wallets, and coin jars, but some of those coins carried secrets, especially the ones from 1980. Now, here's where things get exciting. In 1980, the Royal Australian Mint produced 2-cent coins for circulation, and most of them carried a small mint mark indicating where they were made. But occasionally, a batch would roll out without this mark. These are known as the no mint mark versions, and to collectors, they're like finding a needle in a haystack, a very shiny, valuable needle. Why is this version so important? First, it's all about rarity. Coins without a mint mark were produced in extremely limited numbers. No official figures were released, but the lack of mint mark makes them stand out. These weren't errors, they were likely intentional test strikes or limited issues, making them incredibly hard to find today. Second, their value comes from the hunt. Coin collectors, or numismatists, thrive on mystery, history, and rarity. The 1980 no mint mark 2-cent coin ticks all three boxes. It's become a symbol of hidden treasure in everyday objects, a bronze badge of curiosity that now rests in only a few lucky hands. And here's the part you've been waiting for: how much is this little piece of metal really worth? Well, depending on its condition, the 1980 no mint mark Australian 2-cent coin can fetch between $700 to $2,000 AUD. That's right. Something you might have once spent on candy could now buy you a new smartphone, a flight ticket, or even pay part of your rent. Collectors are constantly searching for these coins in near-mint condition. If yours is uncirculated or has sharp details and no major scratches, you could be looking at the higher end of that price range. In fact, some sellers have listed pristine examples for as much as $3,000 Australian dollars or more, especially when they're verified and graded by reputable agencies. Even more interestingly, online auction sites and numismatic forums have seen bidding wars for these coins. The demand is rising, and with every year that passes, fewer of these coins remain in the market, driving the value up. So if you have one sitting quietly in your coin box, it's time to give it a second look. And let's be real, it's not just about the money. It's about holding a piece of Australia's rich currency history. It's about owning something few others possess. It's a story, a relic, a collector's dream. And if you're lucky enough to have one, you've got more than just metal in your hand. You've got value, legacy, and a little bit of magic. So, how do you check if yours is the one? Look closely under the frilled lizard, to the right. Usually, there's a tiny mint mark. But if it's missing and everything else checks out, congratulations, you may be sitting on a hidden gem. This is your sign to check your change, raid your old drawers, and call up your grandparents. That 2-cent coin might just change your life. And hey, even if you don't find one today, you're now part of the treasure hunt. A growing community of collectors is out there, trading, hunting, and sharing the thrill of discovery. So what are you waiting for? Hit that like button if you're fascinated by coin treasures, and don't forget to subscribe for more rare finds and hidden stories in the world of numismatics. And if you do find a 1980 no mint mark coin, tell us in the comments. We want to hear your story. Next up, the 1966 Australian 2-cent coin. And yes, the special one without a mint mark. This coin may seem small, but make no mistake, it holds a value far bigger than its size. Now, why is this coin important? 1966 was the year Australia officially transitioned from pounds, shillings, and pence to a decimal currency system. It was the dawn of a new era, and the coins minted that year weren't just money, they were a part of history being written. And among them, the humble 2-cent coin made its debut. The 1966 2-cent coin was struck in bronze and featured the beautiful frilled neck lizard on one side, representing the unique wildlife of Australia, and the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the other. But here's what makes this version extra special. There was no mint mark, and that absence today sparks immense curiosity, passion, and demand among collectors. Coins without mint marks are always interesting. They blur the line between common issue and collectible rarity. In the case of the 1966 2 cents, the no mint mark version became the very first issue of this denomination, and because of that, it's highly sought after. You're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of the exact moment Australia changed its monetary system. So, can this coin be valuable in the future? Absolutely. In fact, it's already valuable now. Collectors deeply appreciate first-year issues. And with time, as more and more coins get lost, damaged, or melted down, the ones remaining in top condition will become even more scarce and far more valuable. Right now, the current maximum market value of the 1966 2 cents coin with no mint mark, in uncirculated or proof-like condition, can reach up to 1,000 Australian dollars or more, depending on its preservation, tone, and certification. That's a significant amount for a coin that once bought you a piece of candy. Even circulated coins in excellent condition have been listed and sold for $1,500 to 2,000 Australian dollars, proving that even used examples can command a strong price. It's not fantasy, it's fact. And over the next few decades, with collectors and historians preserving the past, the price could climb to 3,000 Australian dollars or higher. Imagine holding on to such a coin today, keeping it safe in a coin flip or capsule, and watching its value steadily rise as fewer pristine examples remain. It's like planting a seed in history and watching it grow into financial and historical treasure. What gives this coin such a strong edge is its perfect mix of age, significance, and accessibility. It's not out of reach like million-dollar ancient coins, but it's still rare enough to spark excitement. And unlike modern coins, it wasn't mass-produced in excessive numbers. That gives it collector power. Now you might be thinking, what if I already have one? Well, my friend, it's time to go digging. Check your old piggy banks, your parents' drawers, even that old jar of coins collecting dust in the garage. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. And if you do find one, especially in good shape, consider getting it professionally graded. That small investment could increase its value dramatically and make it easier to sell to high-end collectors around the world. Every year, collectors are adding more value to this particular coin. It's already appearing in numismatic exhibitions, coin fairs, and even private showcases. It's being recognized not just for its monetary potential, but for the historical moment it represents. And here's the best part, you don't have to be an expert to get started. You just need an eye for detail, a love for stories, and a sense of curiosity. This coin opens the door to the fascinating world of numismatics, where history, art, and wealth all come together in the palm of your hand. So what are you waiting for? Start your hunt today. Because the 1966 no mint mark 2 cents coin is more than just old currency, it's a goldmine in bronze. Like this video if you're into rare coins, subscribe for more hidden treasures, and drop a comment below if you found any vintage Australian coins. Next up, the 1972 Australian 2 cents coin with no mint mark. This is not your everyday pocket change. This is a silent treasure that people across the world are hunting for. So stick with me, because what you're about to hear might just lead you to a valuable discovery hiding in plain sight. Let's travel back to 1972. It was a time of change and progression in Australia. The decimal currency system had already taken root for 6 years, and coins were being produced at a steady pace. But among the many coins minted that year, one stands out, the 2 cents coin, made without a mint mark. On the surface, it looks like any other, but for collectors, this version is far more exciting. This 2 cents coin carries the iconic frilled neck lizard on the reverse, representing Australia's unique and powerful wildlife, while the obverse features the graceful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. But unlike other years, 1972 coins had a notably low mintage, one of the lowest of all 2 cent coins, and no mint mark, making them extremely desirable to numismatists. Why is this no mint mark detail so important? Because in coin collecting, no mint mark often means rarity, uniqueness, and potential for high value. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra was the sole producer that year, and the absence of a mint mark makes this coin a direct product of the Central National Mint, adding to its importance and appeal. Now, you may be wondering, is this coin really valuable? The answer is a loud yes. In recent years, collectors have been actively searching for 1972 2-cent coins in top condition. Demand is growing rapidly. In fact, hundreds, even thousands, of people across Australia and internationally have their eyes on this coin. It's regularly featured in coin forums, auction platforms, and collector groups. And here's the most exciting part. The current market value of the 1972 no mint mark 2 cents coin can go as high as $900, especially if the coin is in uncirculated or proof-like condition. Even circulated ones in excellent shape can sell for $1,000 to $2,000, which is an impressive return for a coin that cost just 2 cents to begin with. Collectors love this coin not just for its low mintage, but because it represents a turning point, a year where fewer coins were produced, and yet those that survive tell a story of simplicity, rarity, and hidden value. It's not just a coin, it's a time capsule. Now imagine finding one of these coins in an old coin jar or drawer. It might be a little dusty or faded, but with the right condition and shine, you could be holding something that enthusiasts are willing to pay a handsome price for. That's the power of numismatics. The ordinary becomes extraordinary. Experts believe that the value of this coin will only increase with time. As more collectors enter the hobby, and as pristine examples become harder to find, prices are expected to rise. Some forecasts suggest that in the next 10 to 15 years, the top-tier versions of this coin could be valued at $4,000 or more. Think about it. A coin that may have been forgotten in a kitchen drawer could be worth more than a smartphone, a luxury watch, or even a week's vacation. That's why people from all walks of life, young collectors, retired historians, and even investors, are now taking this coin seriously. So, how can you check if your 2 cents coin is the 1972 no mint mark version? It's simple. Look for the date under the lizard, and check for the absence of any mint mark near the lower area of the coin. If everything lines up and the condition is solid, you might be holding something truly special. And remember, grading plays a big role. If your coin is in mint state or near uncirculated condition, getting it professionally graded by a reputable company can significantly increase its resale value and attract serious buyers from around the world. This is not just a coin, it's an opportunity. An opportunity to own a piece of Australia's monetary heritage and potentially turn it into profit. Whether you're just starting out in coin collecting or you've been at it for years, the 1972 no mint mark 2 cents coin deserves your attention. So what are you waiting for? Go check your coin collections, raid your childhood savings tins, ask your grandparents. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. And if you find one, hold on tight. Because its value is rising and you've got something the world wants. If this video fired you up to start your coin hunt, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin treasure content, and tell us in the comments if you've come across a 1972 beauty. You might be the next lucky collector with a rare find in your hand.